Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. So, new video about crypto. Let's begin with our truly great friend Bitcoin. So, it made a very aggressive and significant move. I had stated in the previous video that I fully expected them to come back and decisively break through the $117,000 mark, but I was actually anticipating some selling pressure after it initially broke the top, perhaps for a possible regular flat correction like this before an eventual drop. But instead it surprisingly decided to continue its upward trajectory a bit further. So actually it gave us a contracting pattern, so it still hasn't broken the top yet. The $124,500 hasn't been broken yet, but we're really not far off now. So if it breaks the top right away, if it breaks the all-time high, the 124,000, that would mean it gave us a contracting pattern. A contracting pattern means an A, a B that doesn't break the top of A, and a C that doesn't break the bottom of A. So that's a contracting pattern. It happens from time to time on Bitcoin. Personally, I don't trade the contracting pattern because it's a rarer structure than the regular flat or the running flat. So now there's nothing to do on Bitcoin. At this point, it's too late to buy, and it's also highly discouraged to sell, because actually to buy, you'd need to wait for a flat, a correction, or a flat like this, a regular or a running flat that signals a continuation to the upside. For now on Bitcoin, there's nothing to do except keep an eye on it. However, I hope this will help push up the other altcoins. So Ethereum, a truly beautiful and regular flat, you could definitely say, or potentially, we might indeed have this running flat unfolding. So here the ABC. As long as the C doesn't break below $4,757, as long as it doesn't break here, you need to be cautious about a bearish continuation because the running flat is a continuation structure. So either it does this particular action or it clearly confirms a regular flat for us. So that's the A wave, the B wave, the C wave, and then it goes straight up to decisively break the top. So internally on the smaller time frame, did it actually give us any clear buy setups? We will take a closer look at that on the 15-minute chart. Well, yes, there's a nice little bullish trend. I'm drawing my trend line properly. By the way, if you want to learn how to draw a trend line, stay tuned because I'm going to release a course on how to draw a trend line correctly. So subscribe, my friends. Here quite clearly as well, there's a small internal correction taking place. So there's a very good chance that we will effectively break through this particular area and then confidently continue our upward push. But still, you have to be careful in this area. So the goal would be to come back and break the top at $3.40. It gave us a very clear three-step correction here, which was helpful. There you go, A, B, C, and now we would then go back up to potentially break the very top directly, as you can clearly see. Next, fetch. So this is a setup on the 4-hour chart. I told you that we had actually an A here, a beautiful impulse, followed by a very corrective, beautiful correction, a B. So now I would wait for a C, a push, to come back and at least test the $1 mark. It came and broke the bottom, so that's perfect. So if it came and broke the bottom, that means it's potentially giving us a regular pattern. ABC, it came and broke the bottom. Target reached. So now we pack our bags and look more for buying opportunities. There you go, on the 15-minute chart. So yes, here a small corrective structure. As long as it doesn't break below 58 cents here, we can look for buying opportunities on the 15-minute chart to come back, but keep going without a push. There you go. After that, it depends on what Bitcoin gives us. If Bitcoin turns around, the altcoins will turn around too. And then we'll see a correction, a drop. That's why I say you need to be careful right now. But it's good to have your stop losses, your take profits. There you go. So I'm also keeping an eye on Doge, crypto from the Telegram group, because we have a big structure on the 3-hour chart here. So I'm expecting a little bounce here. So I'm watching that. Do we currently have a clear buy setup on the 1-hour chart right now? So it just broke through here. A very slight upward trend. So let's see what exactly it does here at this point in time. Well, it's still a bit corrective. That is to say, right now Doge is kind of lagging a bit. So this could be for a bearish continuation. But if the price keeps pushing up and moves away from here and then corrects, that's a buy. I'll get in on the next one. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really means a lot to me. I'm very grateful and I'll see you next time.